Well, you know, it's no secret that the primary theme of my campaign is experience. That's why I got into this. If there had been an experienced DA running for a district attorney, I wouldn't have gotten into this race. But I saw not only a lack of an experienced DA, but a strong feeling that I can do better. So it started brewing about a year ago, and I'd been an assistant district attorney for 15 years, the last 7 in the child abuse unit. So the cases, the victims come with the worst crimes committed against them. Sometimes the job was guiding the case or the investigation to a non-prosecution point, which was sometimes the most difficult, more difficult than prosecuting. It's actually the easy thing to do, is just to indict the case, put it in court, and let the jury decide. It's harder to make the decisions that are necessary and the explanations to a family about why this is not a case to prosecute. And working with those victims for 7 years, I think that was a transformation experience for me. And I wanted to take the next step, I felt, in my career, which was to be a district attorney, make decisions that affect victims. So, you know, I started forming an opinion a year ago. We need an experienced prosecutor to be district attorney in Norfolk County, and I can do better. And there's things that have happened throughout my career that I know. I worked for a good district attorney's office. Middlesex DA's office was a good office. There are things I would do differently, that I would do better. There's a lot I would just copy right out of Middlesex DA's playbook and bring it to Norfolk. But
example
of something I would copy from Middlesex?
Yeah, that you think we're lacking.
I think the Appeals Bureau in Norfolk County is deficient. I was in the Appeals Bureau in Middlesex for almost 3 years. It's an excellent Appeals Bureau. It has always had top lawyers in charge of it. And it's called, the full name is the Appeals and Training Bureau. So they're responsible for doing the appeals, and they're responsible for training. And they put on a lot of training, not just for the prosecutors, but for the police. Every year, it's one of the most awaited events in Middlesex County DA's office among the police, is the police training that they put on every year. And they produce a police training manual, fully updated with all cases. That's up to the date on search and seizure law, interrogation law, all sorts of constitutional issues. Police chiefs from Norfolk County have told me that they know about that. They get their copy, if they can, of that police training manual from Middlesex, because that police training manual is the first thing I would consult when I had a motion to suppress to handle, because it was invaluable. So a vamped up appeals unit has so many benefits, not only for the expertise of the appeals lawyers, who, you know, they know a lot, and I learned a lot about criminal law. You're not necessarily having trial skills. You can't teach the trial lawyers the things about standing up in court, but you can teach a lot of valuable stuff about criminal law, about ethical responsibilities. And to have a strong appeals unit, judges make decisions that everybody, including the judge, knows is not going to stand up on appeal. They do it sometimes. They do it on, if there's a minimum mandatory drug case that they just don't think is warranted, they'll find reasons to suppress the drugs. We all know they do that. It's probably not how those things should be handled, you know, to do a decision that doesn't stand up on appeal. And you need a strong appeals bureau that will be willing to appeal. The Commonwealth can take an appeal, not from a not guilty, you can't appeal that. But if a judge suppresses drugs and there's no legal basis for it, or it's an incorrect legal basis for it, you don't have to sit and take it. You can appeal that decision. And judges hate to be reversed. They hate it. And you don't have to appeal at all every time. You appeal a couple times, and the trial judges get the message, this DA's office is willing to appeal, and they will bring their decisions in accord with what they know the law to be.